Hello guys, in this tutorial we will see how to use UDF, that is user defined functions, in ANSYS Fluent. We will see with a simple example. Let us open ANSYS Workbench and go to Fluid Flow Fluent System. Drag and drop it to the workbench. Right click the geometry and create new design modeler geometry. Click XY plane and click sketching. Change the unit to millimeters and click Z to view the XY plane. And now I am creating a simple rectangle which is having a length of 100 millimeters and a height of 30 millimeters. And this will be acting as a fluid domain. Let us create this sketch to a surface. Go to concept, surface from sketches, select the sketch, click apply and click generate. Now we have created the geometry. Let us close this, double click the mesh, and now it's time to name the boundaries. Click the inlet and right click and create name selection and name that as inlet. Similarly, click this edge and right click and create name selection and name that as outlet. Click the mesh and provide a mesh size, element size as 1 millimeter and click generate. So this will be our inlet and this is our outlet and this is the fluid domain. Now let us export this mesh. Go to file, export, mesh, Fluent input file and click export. Now go to desktop and create a new folder named Fluent. And save the mesh there. Now the mesh that we have created from this workbench has been saved as a separate file that can be imported in Fluent. Now we can close this mesh. We can also double click the setup and open the ANSYS Fluent, but it's a better way to deal with direct Fluent application to avoid the name conventions, because while we save this file, the workbench file is saved and also the files that are associated with the workbench are saved as workbench files.backup and workbench files. So these are the associated files that are connected with this workbench file. So these make some complications in navigating to the files. So that's why we have separately exported the mesh to the folder that is named as Fluent. So here we have the clear mesh that can be imported into the Fluent directly. So now we can close this workbench and we can directly open the ANSYS Fluent. Search for Fluent and we can open the Fluent directly. Provide double precision 2D and read the mesh file that is located in the desktop inside the folder Fluent that is named as mesh, and click start. We can display the mesh by clicking this display, edges and faces, and click display. So this is a simple simulation which is having a single fluid domain which is having a single inlet and single outlet where water is getting in and water is getting out here. So first we have to add the water material. So go to materials, fluid, double click the air and you can see the Fluent database. From there right away go to the bottom and click the water liquid and click copy and close Now we can see water liquid inside there. So go to the cell zone conditions. This is the fluid domain that we have created. So double click that. Change that to water liquid and click apply and then close. At the boundary condition, just give a inlet velocity of 1 meter per second. So here comes our case. So if you apply 1 meter per second, 1 meter per second will be applied from the top to the bottom. The entire line is named and as inlet, and all the elements in this line, it will be having a velocity magnitude of 1 meter per second. And you can see the results here. Go to initialization, hybrid initialization, click initialize, go to run calculation, provide a number of iteration as 100 and click calculate, and it got converged within 48 iterations. Go to the results, graphics, go to vectors and click display. You can observe that at the inlet the velocity is uniform. From the top to bottom the velocity is uniform, and as the flow develops we can observe the effect of the wall. At the wall the velocity becomes 0, and at the center the velocity is maximum. You can observe a blue colored region there near the wall. So this is because of the effect of wall. So this is the general natural phenomena which happens. So if you want to apply the same thing at the inlet, we have to use an user defined function. That means the velocity at the inlet is a function of space. This is the y direction, this is x direction. So at y0 the velocity should be 0. At y is 0.1 the velocity should be some minimum value. At y is 0.15 the velocity should be some maximum value, that is 1 meter per second. And at y is equal to 30 millimeters, again the velocity should be 0. So it follows a parabolic profile. So in order to provide such kind of parabolic profile, we can use an UDF. So let me show you how to use that UDF there. Let us close these things. I have already created a, so now I am pasting that UDF file in our root folder where we are having the fluid case and also the mesh. So now right click and pasting there. So this is the parabolic inlet UDF file that is in C format. So here you can see the formula for that velocity. So this formula is applied here using this coding. Applies the parabolic boundary. That means the velocity is varying with respect to space along the y-axis. So now let us load this parabolic profile as UDF file inside the ANSYS Fluent. So for that, what we have to do is we have to go to user defined functions, compiled, add. So now we can find the parabolic inlet.c file. You can find this file only if you place this file inside the root folder of the Fluent file where it is placed. Double click that. Check this built-in compiler. This will be available only in recent versions of ANSYS. Click build, then click load. So now the UDF has been loaded into our Fluent. So now go to the inlet velocity. So instead of providing an uniform velocity of 1 meter per second, so in the previous case we have provided uniform velocity of 1 meter per second that has been applied throughout the inlet from the top to bottom. When we use this UDF parabolic velocity, it will apply 1 meter per second at the center and 0 meter per second at the walls, and the line that connects that will follow a parabolic profile. So let us see how it works. Now click apply and again go to initialization, initialize, run calculation and just run for 100 iterations. It got converged in 52 iteration itself. Now let's go to the same vector. Click save and display. Now you can see from the inlet itself, the velocity profile has been maintained. At the inlet, the velocity is maximum. At the walls, the velocity is minimum. So at the inlet itself, we have provided a parabolic profile. You can see the parabolic profile from the inlet itself. So this is one kind of analysis where we have used the UDF for space dependent changes in the input parameters. Similarly, we can use this UDF to define time dependent changes in input parameters. Similarly, you can provide temperature dependent changes in material properties and many other applications. I will see that in other videos. Hope this video helped you. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.